and welcome to this session of Body Positive. Today we're going to be looking at the idea of freedom. So get yourself comfortable, either standing or sitting, feet firmly on the floor, and take a deep breath. Settle your scattered senses on this moment, being present at this time. The idea of freedom can sometimes be elusive or overshadowed by fear. So as we think and meditate on the idea of freedom, what does freedom mean to you? Is it freedom from worry? Freedom from pain? Maybe it's freedom to live a fulfilling and satisfying life. Maybe it's the freedom to be creative and to see the beauty in things. And maybe it's the freedom to live in joy and peace. So what I'd like you to do is to imagine yourself as a child, not as you were as a child, but imagine yourself as a child now, as the person you are now. Children are often imaginative and bold in their thinking, bold in their speaking. They see beauty and ugliness very clearly. I want you to imagine yourself as a child who is cared for and loved. As you think about your life now, in simplicity, what would bring you freedom? How would you play? What would you need? Is it comfort? Is it space to be creative? Is it time to be silly? Just imagine yourself now doing or being the child that you need to be. Children often tell you what they want to be when they grow up. What is it you want to be? Not what you want to do. You may already feel fulfilled in what you're doing. What is it you want to be? What is it you want to bring? How is it you want to express yourself in a childlike and new and imaginative and fresh way? It may mean that your heart's desire and your dream is to do something else completely, or something else alongside what you're doing now. Or maybe it's a freer way of thinking in who you are and what you're doing today. Imagine yourself being free to be who you were created to be. Sadly, there is often a veil in front of us, a veil that prevents us from stepping into all that we were created to be. So as we move into mindfulness now, we're going to call on the Spirit of the Lord to help us reveal our veiled thinking, our veiled emotions, our veiled ways of seeing and acting and moving, things that may prevent us from walking in freedom. So you might want to place your hands on your head. Spirit of the Lord, reveal where we have veiled thinking, where we have wrong beliefs about ourselves or about our situations. Spirit of the Lord, show us what the right thinking is, what the truth is about that situation or about our own thoughts. And remove any self-doubt, any judgmental thinking, any lies that we've believed. And now move your hands to your heart. Very often, because of circumstances and situations, we have veiled emotions, emotions of hurt and self-protection. Spirit of the Lord, reveal to us where our hearts are veiled. Help us to let go of unforgiveness and hurt. Help us to safely open the doors of our hearts. But Spirit of the Lord, guard us from any pain or hurt to our hearts that is unsafe. Sometimes we have veiled ways of seeing. Perhaps you'd like to put your hands around your eyes. We have a wrong perspective on life. We might see people or circumstances as being in the way of our self-fulfillment and freedom. We may see ourselves as a blockage. We may see that we don't have the right skills or attributes. Spirit of the Lord, reveal our veiled seeing. Help us to see as you see. Give us a heavenly perspective. And sometimes it is our burdens and our responsibilities that weigh us down. Perhaps you'd like to put your hands on your shoulders. The weight of the world, the weight of our responsibilities can make us move awkwardly and prevent us from stepping into all that we were meant to step into. Spirit of the Lord, reveal to us the responsibilities and the burdens that we are carrying that are not our own, that we have taken on, that are not ours to take on, and that are weighing us down. Spirit of the Lord, help us to carry those burdens and responsibilities that are ours to carry, so that we do not carry the weight of those responsibilities alone. And now let's move on to embodiment, a way of perhaps sealing in the freedom that we seek and that we have explored in our meditation and mindfulness. Perhaps we've become aware of a veil that has been across our thinking, our feeling, our doing, our being. So imagine that veil across you now and place your hands across your face and remove that veil so that you can see clearly. Maybe we've had the veil of pain, something we need to let go of. So let's place our hands over our hearts and then physically let go and hand it to the Spirit of the Lord. Maybe we've been walking in darkness. It feels like we're groping around. So let's take a step and walk in light. Or perhaps we need to physically lift the burdens. So put your hands near your shoulders and lift the hands up as you lift the burdens. And finally, let's end by putting all that together a little. To find true freedom, we must walk in the Spirit of the Lord. So where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. We can come just as we are, like a child, into the fullness of life. We can move and dance as if the burden has been lifted. And we can move and walk in the freedom of the Spirit of the Lord. So I hope that this session has brought you some freedom. I hope that you will continue to meditate on freedom and to be released into the fullness of all that you were created to be. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.